All right. I'm into this one today. Real into this one. I wasn't when I started, but I'm telling you, I am now. Franchise Kid here. Another tabletop knife review. This is the K-Bar Fin, F-I-N, fixed blade. Awesome knife sent to me by K-Bar. And as you guys know, Franchise Chronicles is completely independent, so please don't think that I am being compensated for any of my reviews by any of these manufacturers. I am not. But I will give credit where credit is due, and I emailed a gentleman by the name of Paul over at K-Bar, said, here's who I am and here's what I'm doing, and I see a knife that I would love to review. What do you guys do to support indie reviewers, etc., etc.? He said, yep, we'll send one out to you, good, bad, or indifferent. All we ask is that you keep it objective and have no agenda. And my only agenda is to give my viewers high quality, objective knife reviews, or gear reviews, I should say. So here we go. Without further ado, let's get going. K-Bar Fin blade. They sent me two. This one is unused. This is the plain edge drop point straight edge knife. The one that you've seen in some of my videos is the Tanto version, and that is actually attached to, let me grab it for you, my hunting bag, which is this, and there it is. Sorry about the focus. I'm not going to adjust it, I'm being lazy, but that is the knife that you see in those videos. So you've seen me work that knife. Same steel on the one that I'm going to do the tabletop review on. Same knife essentially, it's just a plain edge. So yes, I have field tested this knife. I have field tested this steel, the construction, the durability, the handle. It has been wet, it has been cold, below freezing, it has been warm, humid, dry, all of the above. And I feel like I can give you guys some pretty good data points on this knife. Also check out after this review, and this will go two parts. I'm long-winded, I apologize. This will go two parts, but also check out a review, or I guess a comparison that I'm going to be doing against the Gerber LMF. Yes, that's right. The highly touted Gerber LMF, squaring off bare knuckles against the K-Bar Fin blade. And that's essentially what I wanted to do. When I emailed K-Bar, it wasn't so much of an email to say, hey, I really like this knife, it looks cool, send me one so I can beat it up. It was, I see a lot of similarities between two knives, this one being one of them, the Gerber LMF being another, and I want to give people a comparison because they're right in the same price point, right in the same philosophy or intended use as a survival knife, etc. And let's stack them up and let's see which one comes out ahead of time according to me, Franchise Kid, which is all it is. So everybody else's usage may vary. So here we go. Let's tackle the sheath first, and I'll give you guys some data points off of it. And hey, why recreate the wheel? I'm pulling it right off of K-Bar's website. So check out their website. You can get all these data points in case I gloss over something or miss something. The sheath, this is one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why. It's the glass-filled nylon sheath. It's got all the attributes, drainage at the bottom, MOLLE compatible, you've got webbing capabilities, lashing capabilities. It's extremely lightweight, and that's what I like a lot. I'm not into heavy sheaths and bulky knives and things like that. So this one I think gets it right in terms of this harder plastic Kydex glass-filled nylon sheath. I think it holds the knife very well. It's simplistic in nature, which, let's be honest, that's all it has to be. Give us some options give us some carry options so that people in the military, people with load-bearing equipment, or if you want to attach it to your rucksack or your bug-out bag or your camping gear, you can do that easily as well without having to make a ton of modifications. And they do a great job on this one. Really like this sheath a lot. So there you go. The overall knife is it's just under, it's 9 3/4, just under 10 inches total, and the knife and the sheath, it's a heavy setup. To be quite honest with you, it's probably, I know the knife itself is just over half a pound, 0.6 pounds for just the knife. So add in the sheath, I don't know, you're probably at 0.7, 0.8, because the sheath again is not very heavy. But this is something you're going to have a tough time wearing around your ankle if that's what you wanted to do. I just don't think it's well designed for that. For every other type of carry position that I've tried, I think it excels at very well, and that includes on the hip, on the leg, again on the rucksack, on the molly gear, on the webbing. If you've got a plate carrier, this will be an awesome knife for a plate carrier. It lays down nice and flat. These screws here, and I don't know what you guys call these. I know what I've heard them called sometimes. This setup, Chicago screws. I've actually heard them called Carolina screws. Maybe that just depends on where you're from. But post screws, or whatever you want to call it. But those come out really easily. But you know, they come out really easily with the right tool, but will hold in there very well. Otherwise, those are not going to come undone. But in the field, you can take that off really easily and go ahead and attach that right on. Now, one thing I don't like, and I wish every manufacturer would do this because it doesn't add a lot of weight, but man, it makes our life easier, is I wish you had a quick attach. Now, last night, I did something because I'm a geek like this, and I wanted to see, let me grab it, the Cold Steel Recon Scout, one of my favorites, previously reviewed, check it out. And they've got a very similar setup on the back of the Cold Steel. Look familiar? And so what I wanted to do was see, hey, can I take this off, because this comes awesome job with the quick attach. So very easy to take on and off, great design. Always include the Velcro with the button. If you just do the Velcro, make sure it's really heavy duty Velcro if you're not going to include the button, because this will get a lot of debris, burrs in there, dirt. When it's cold, it's not going to work as well. So good job on the button, Cold Steel. And K-Bar, if you're listening, which I hope you will be, if you change that design, I think you'll have a lot of good feedback on it and incorporate this. But what I did was I took this off, attached it to here, and it worked very well. It fit on there pretty well. Not exact, but well enough that if I wanted to use it, I could. You've got the retention strap right here. Let me go ahead and pop this out. What you guys will hear is just how hard this thing locks in there. There you go. So you can see when you pop this thing in there, hear that? That's not going anywhere. And that's the setup I have. I took this backing off, and I have this attached to my carry bag when I go hunting, just like you see here. And that knife, there is no chance that thing comes out just from wear and tear. But when you need it, bang, you got it right there. There's a knife. Isn't that cool? But not done with the sheath yet. Awesome design on this. You've got the 360, you can pivot this 360 degrees, and what that really allows you to do is set it up for your usage, and it's ambidextrous. So if you want to go ahead and switch this thing around and carry it on your left and right, and I'll get into the Humpback Design and why that's sort of why that's going to make a difference as opposed to just a traditional I don't know what I sort of call a straight handle, for lack of a better term, why that's going to make a difference on what side you're carrying it on. But this allows you to turn it and spin it as you would like. Now, one other suggestion, K-Bar, and this is something, I'll point to this knife twice in this review. This SOG, awesome. Love the reflective lanyards. Love them. I'm going to have them on almost all of my knives except for anything that I may or may not do tactical missions with, or runs, whatever you want to call it. But one thing that SOG did really well, and this is a SOG Field Pup that I like a lot, check my review on this one if it's not up soon. If it's not up now, it will be soon, is they incorporate Velcro on the retention strap. And one reason I really like that is when you close the retention strap, see that, how it hangs off there? And I'm not saying that's going to get caught and get opened on something, but if it sits like that, there's a lot better chance that it will be. Wow, we're almost done with part 1. Maybe this will go to a part 3. Come back for part 2. Franchise Kid, thanks for coming along.